know that family. The incredible Jenny Lee, 5th generation of bakers celebrating 150 years. That is the cinnamon swirl chocolate chip. And then we have the original cinnamon swirl. And then you're also receiving that strawberry cinnamon swirl. How could this happen? You're going to receive 6 9-ounce demi loaves. This is a price that's here, an easy pay that's here, but only till the end of the day. So you'll get 2 loaves in that cinnamon swirl chocolate chip, 2 loaves in the original cinnamon swirl, and then 2 loaves in that cinnamon swirl strawberry. They will come to you in these demi loaves individually wrapped. You can actually share them with your favorite people, which I recommend. $3.99 a loaf. Wow. The price goes up, the easy pay goes away at the end of the day. 3 easy payments of $7.99. And Marie-Louise Ludwig is bringing this to us. We know Scott Baker, you've probably seen him here before, but the bakers have been 5th generation, making some bread, making us go, oh my gosh, cinnamon swirl bread. Nice to see you.
Nice to be here. Old-fashioned, traditional, fermented yeast bread, made the way they've been making it for well over 150 years in beautiful McKees Rocks, Pennsylvania, which is right on the outskirts of Pittsburgh. Let's go take a look. So everything is made in small batches with the finest of all ingredients in there. So they mix up all that dough, that yeast dough, the texture, the crumb is so wonderful. We've got bakers that are all on the line. They're making that dough, they're sheeting it out, they're loading it up with that cinnamon sugar. On your left is Generation 4. That is Bernie, that's Scott's dad on there. It gets rolled up, it gets cut, it gets weighed, and goes into a specially designed crimp pan. We love our rounded loaves. Goes into the oven, it bakes. When it comes out, it cools slightly, then it goes into what we find to be very special. It is our butter bath. Yep, and it all gets hand crusted with this special Vietnamese Indonesian cinnamon sugar mixture, which has got a little bit of a kick to it, which makes the outside nice and crunchy, beautifully toasted, but the inside, the texture is soft and really nice and chewy.
So let's talk about first top line on each one of these, and then I'd love to see the butter bath in person. So here is that original cinnamon swirl.
Yeah, and you can see that swirl all the way through the middle. So it is fully loaded. This is delicious, toasted. I love it just out of the bag with a little bit of butter on it, but you can't get that texture or crumb from any kind of bread that isn't an old-fashioned fermented yeast bread. And that's exactly what they're doing with their recipe on here.
And then here's the cinnamon swirl, and they've done something with chocolate chips.
Yep, so you take that delicious original classic recipe. You can see all that crust with cinnamon sugar on the outside and load it up with a generous amount of semi-sweet chocolate chips. So cinnamon sugar and chocolate together is absolutely
It's like having
delicious.
dessert in the morning. And then finally the strawberry one.
And I love this. And I actually brought some of the little strawberries here. So this is one of our newer ones. So when we talk about dried strawberries, they're more of the consistency of a raisin. They're sweet and they're chewy. A little bit of strawberry jam goes into the batter as well. So you'll note that it has a really pretty little pink tinge to it. Any way you slice it, whether you eat it with just some butter or some jam, or you toast it up and you load it up with chicken salad or tuna salad.
We have honey coming up in the show, but I just want to share with you, of
great.
course, honey would be fantastic if you wanted to do that French toast with an original or the strawberry or even the chocolate chip. And here we have a trifle that we made and added some blueberries on top. And then it looks like, what did we do here?
Oh, the bread pudding.
The bread pudding
great.
is so great.
About 9 to 10 slices per loaf.
Wow.
This is our smaller size loaf on here. But we want to show you the
magic
that makes us so incredibly special. This is how the loaf starts. Now, mind you, you're going to get half of this, and it's going to come fully sliced in a bag for you. But when this is finished off, the specially designed loaf, by hand, it goes into a butter bath. So all the nooks and crannies, oh, look at that, all the way around, just oozing with the butter. Then it goes into a special mixture of Vietnamese Indonesian cinnamon that's actually imported, and it's brought over here to the States. It's got a nice little snap to it, so it's finished off a little bit faster than that, but look at how this is.
Marie-Louise?
This is your bread.
Already 400 customers have said, yep, I'm putting that in my cart and checking out, and I'm going to fly fly over
you.
here and remind
Appreciate you
that you'll receive 6 of these 9-ounce loaves, 2 each of each of the 3 flavors. So you don't have any FOMO, no fear of missing out. There isn't a choice of. You'll receive 2 loaves of that original cinnamon, 2 loaves of the cinnamon swirl with the chocolate chips, 2 loaves of the cinnamon swirl with the strawberry. Let me share with you, like, bread is a food group in my life, and I mean, it is so extraordinarily delicious. So to be able to get this, I mean, we all, I think, grew up making our own cinnamon toast, right? So this is cinnamon toast turbocharged. It's like the best you've ever had, and it's won best bread how many times now? I think like twice?
Several times.
Several times. It's won best bread.
Thank you for
as
that.
our QVC Customer Choice Award winner, and I'll tell you that it's like, it's got such a great consistency, and that cinnamon is really special.
Yeah, I love that cinnamon on the outside. So when you put it into the toaster, it reactivates that delicious butter coating. The cinnamon sugar and the butter come together, get a little bit crispy and crunchy on the outside. So whether it's classic,
wow, is that delicious,
or whether it has some chocolate chips or the strawberry, delicious.
Absolutely extraordinary. Now, if you're just joining us, you're receiving all 3 of these flavors. Will you remind us again?
I sure will.
The specialness of each of the flavors.
So this is where it all began, right here in the middle. This is our classic, and you will note that signature Jenny Lee swirl all the way through it. That's how we sheet out that dough. It gets rolled up, it gets baked off, so all the way through it is a generous amount of cinnamon sugar, a little bit more on the outside. We have taken that same recipe and we have put chocolate into it, chocolate chips. You can see, it doesn't matter where it ends up, you're gonna have that melty chocolate all the way through. And then one more time, I'm going to show you the end here. This is my favorite part.
The end.
We called this the heel growing up, but look at that. It is fully loaded with these strawberries, dried strawberries, a little strawberry jam to give it a pink tint. You got a chewy sweetness.
Here's what you're not going to find. You're not going to find this amount of love, 150-year-old recipe made by hand in a butter bath as your regular bread in a regular grocery store, or even in the bakery in said grocery store. They've been making these amazing breads for celebrating 150 years, and it still is a family recipe.
It is.
It still is that
Yes,
150-year-old family recipe. These demi loaves, each one under $4. If you are making a trifle or French toast, or you're entertaining, Father's Day is right around around the corner. You want to make that breakfast in bed and turn up the toast experience.
Love it.
Get this, put it in your cart checkout.
Love
You'll be
it.
so delighted, and you get to try all 3 flavors because they're in every single order. Marie-Louise, thank you so much.
Thanks, Rach.
We need to remind you about what's going on with our show-only price, which was Poppy.